Welcome! In front of me is a Nokia T21 and today I'll go over unboxing along with a quick overview of this tablet. So let's just pop it straight open without wasting any time. Looks like I need to do it from both sides. There we go. No, I didn't. Never mind. I'm an idiot. There we go. So there is our tablet. Pretty hefty in weight. And here we get charging cable, Type C to Type A, or Type A to Type C, I guess would be more accurate. And you just have a SIM ejector and that's it. So no charger even. Okay. So let's yeet that to the side and move over to the device. So starting off, the display right here is a 10-inch or 10.4. It's a 1200 by 2000 pixels, so pretty nice clear display in here. It's an LCD IPS display with a typical brightness of 300 nits, 79.1% screen to body ratio, and 224 pixels per inch. So pretty nice display right here in general. The brightness might be a little bit underwhelming right here, but we'll see in a second. I might be completely wrong about that one. Now while it's booting up, let's also move over to the cameras, which you can see at the back. We have a single camera at the back, and that is an 8 megapixel sensor, can shoot at 1080p 30 frames. And at the front, we also have another 8 megapixel sensor that can shoot at no clue. Come on, can you flip? I guess I can't set it up in landscape mode because reasons. Okay. So let's find our desired language. English, there we go. Now, one of the things that you will probably notice, we don't have any kind of high refresh rate right here. This is just 60, unfortunately. But because this is also Nokia, we have some positives apart from the fact that we don't have high refresh rate. We do have a pretty nice stock Android. I personally like the stock Android just because Android already has decent amount of things built into it. And certain manufacturers take that and just kind of, you know, desecrate it would be probably the correct description of it. So they will just take the stock Android, which is nicely packed, and they will either remove features because they don't feel like, well, customizing them to fit their crappy little skin, or they will just substitute them for, well, their own. And I've been using this garbage for some time recently, or for some time now. And one of the things that has started to piss me off about non-stock Android is in terms of Samsung. Samsung tries to cram down all their crappy little apps down your throat that basically require their account. They want to give, or you to give them your credit card number. So if you encounter an app where you can just, you know, have an autofill for your order, where you just need to provide your bank information, Samsung will be like, nah, Google, stay the F away. We're gonna do this. We want the data. And they will literally block the Google option. Like, you have no idea how infuriating that is. So I am really happy to see a stock Android on any device, even like this one, just because it just, you know, removes all the possibility of adding like some garbage that no one wants. It's enough that Google already has all of our data. Other companies don't need that. They already got our money. So nice to see that here we have stock Android. And to be also fair, basically every Nokia comes with stock Android. So thumbs up. Now, moving on, we have right here, or this device, let's rephrase this. This device is being powered by a Unisec Tegra T612 processor. It comes with 4 gigs of RAM and 64 or 128 gigs of storage. So you have a choice right here. Obviously the choice will cost you more or less depending on which one you go for. And we have a stupid battery size in here. This is insane. So we have 8,200 milliamp hour battery. That is an insane battery size for a device that is relatively small. And I will also mention that I literally just unboxed a Huawei MatePad that basically had, I believe, just a tad bit bigger or maybe smaller display. I think it was a 10.1 actually, instead of the 10.4. And it had 5,100 milliamp hour battery. This has 8,200. So these two devices were basically the same size. This one has some heft to it, but obviously with this kind of battery, you would expect to have some additional weight to it. And that is a weight that I'm happy to see if my device will basically last me like 3 days probably with this kind of battery life of just typical usage. So yeah, pretty nice. Now, moving on, we have a Type-C charging port on here, which I did mention before because of the cable. We have a speaker grill from, I believe, on both sides. Yep, there we go. I'll do a sound test in a second. We have a SD tray right over here. It's actually an SD tray and SIM tray. So we have LTE in here as well. At least this model that I have right here. So pretty nice. And we don't have any kind of like fingerprint sensor on here or a headphone jack, unfortunately. So if you're looking for something with those features, this device does not have any. But because of that, the price tag on this is relatively low for the device that actually seems to work okay-ishly. I mean, we have a little bit of sluggishness right here with the entertainment space. But this is, I guess, more of a mid-range device, actually. So it comes at 240 euros. I would think that that's price tag of like a mid-range device could be still at a very high low-end budget. But it's up to you to define what's mid or low-end right here. And the device does run, obviously it's a little bit on the slower side, as you can probably see. It kind of chugs around a little bit, so it's not as smooth in certain cases as you'd expect. But for instance, settings, you can just see it runs fine. For obviously watching Netflix and I don't know, checking your emails and stuff like that, this will work just fine. You shouldn't have any kind of problems with this. Just more powerful tasks, gaming on this might be a little bit more challenging if you want to do that, assuming you're not going to be using cloud gaming. If you're planning to do cloud gaming, again, should have no problem. Now, to do last one thing, I said I'm going to connect to Wi-Fi and I'm going to test out the speakers right here. One thing to also note here is we do have 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi connectivity right here. So again, network speeds should be pretty nice. Let's open up YouTube now. Not in here. Wait, what? Pretty sure I connected. I guess I typed in the password wrong. Ah, there we go. So yeah, I typed in the password wrong. Now in here, let's see. Just a little sound test. Probably an ad before that though. Yep. Ah, another ad. Great. I'm gonna just skip through a little bit. Obviously this isn't like full volume or anything like that. We can test out how that will sound, but I assume it will start distorting a little bit. Yep, it's just... Did I press the home button or did it crash? Oh, well that's interesting. So it just kind of crashed YouTube for no reason. Okay. I mean, it's kind of nice that it happened on the video so you can kind of see this kind of thing. Obviously that's not something that you would want to see. So yeah. Maybe there will be an update to fix this, or there might be already an update. I have no idea, I haven't checked it. But anyway, as you heard, the sound does distort in like higher volumes, but obviously you probably wouldn't want to listen at that volume anyway on something this size. So yeah, other than that, the volume was pretty good and clarity was, well, not all there. Just to kind of maybe compare this. Here is how it sounds on a significantly better speakers. So yeah, that just as a comparison right here, just you can hear how it sounds. Obviously I'm not really comparing these two devices, I just wanted to give a one of the better sounding devices on the market compared to this, just so we can have a perspective of what's like some of the better tier of like sound quality on a phone or just devices like this, portable devices, compared to this specific one. Now anyway, with this being said, like I said, this comes at 240 euros and runs Android 12, which I believe right now we have Android 13, the newest one, so it's a little bit behind here. It's also running a little bit of a lower end processor. I would probably for this price like to see something a little bit more powerful than this. So if you would like to have something that runs a little bit more snappy, then I might recommend checking out some other devices, just Chinese specifically, because obviously they have better prices for performance. So if that is something that you're interested in, I would recommend maybe checking out some, what would it be? Xiaomi tablets probably are some of the better ones. I don't know if Realme makes any tablets or decent ones, to be completely honest. Huawei definitely not. I wouldn't recommend Huawei at all. So yeah, the first one that comes to my mind is Xiaomi. Now I might come out or be coming out as a kind of like a shill, but I just personally like their devices. They do perform well for the price that you pay, specifically better than this. So just kind of want to clarify this, why I'm recommending that brand in particular. It's because from past experience I know that they offer the best back to performance. So yeah, there we go. That would basically conclude the overview of this device, and if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.